all the weird stuff in here, but I didn't want to get this stuff for every time. So just say okay, just wrap behind this, and I couldn't with a normal function because Arial is rubbishly. He wraps this into his own macros, and there was no chance I can use a function. But yeah, a macro is just fine. So yeah, I'm really happy that we have so basically we have everything contained, and like because everything is inside the session marker component, right? So like once we we don't want to use this guy anymore, these actions here and everything, they don't get polluted into the main one, right? Like we had before we had everything into the project setting, and it was just a mess. Now if we decided to use or not to use it, these are all these are all self-contained, right? So and I think we can do that for pretty much every single component. And if we need the UI again, like we're gonna put everything inside here, so the UI is totally self-contained. It doesn't depend on anything else and whatnot. It's just like okay, just the UI for the session marker if we need to. It's there, right? So yeah, I'm quite happy about this. It's
No,
took
okay,
me
that's really cool.
a long time.
Okay, what
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
I'll
what I'm
show
gonna do
you.
is I'm gonna set up myself now the clear session marker. Is
Oh,
it up
clear.
here?
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah,
Just so I understand the flow of it.
yeah, perfect. Yes. Let me check in this stuff quickly. So I show
Okay,
you
cool.
here. What is it? Good. Like I don't know if you remember, but before this setup player input components, which again, like here we can do we can move this into the locomotion part, into the camera part, to the
I see.
parkour
So what we've
part.
done here is we create those mapping contexts for like parkour inputs, interactions. Okay, motion input.
Yes,
Got you. Got you. Got
exactly.
you.
And then one line of code is say, okay, slow motion, what is the function? I know, that's it. It's like you don't need like crazy stuff. So I show you here in the code. Yeah, so like if we go here, right? Okay, we go here. We place I don't have any UI at the moment, but yeah, we can do that next, right? We go here and say, okay, go back. Check what.
Yeah.
Let's craft something in the making. So deep further, hold 1 second.
So we got session mark on the top, even. Is that what we got at?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can change it to wherever
It
we
doesn't
want,
even
really, because
whatever, yeah.
we got this kill camera on the bottom, so yeah, I didn't want to um, clash it, but like yeah, let's change it to wherever we want. It's no big deal. Let me check why this like after all of this is not working. So play session marker. Let's check. Yeah. Oh, session. Right. Travel to session marker. Oh, what is it? Oh, I see. Damn, why did I introduce it? Okay, so basically, it's calling this the same frame because when you place, yeah, actually, this is quite interesting. When you place the session marker, you hold for a second, but then this guy as well, travel to session market, is also, this trigger is a tap, and is also true because you only needed to tap it for more than 0.2 seconds. Actually, I think I need the other way around. I think it needs to be, I cannot do release because release is equally, okay, so for now, I want to do it properly. So
I think some people
I
feel
think
gaslighted about the Christmas.
I
Yeah,
think we
try.
need to get timer here, right? Like, you cannot travel to the session marker if it's if you just put it. Now that's a bit wonky, right? We need to be able
Are
to.
you saying? Hold on, sorry. Are you saying that? Um, so here, is it the case that it's placing it and then immediately traveling to it?
Uh, Say again, David.
You're saying that it's placing it and then immediately start traveling to it?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So, let me check. So travel to session marker, right? We can do a top, right? But
I know
so
that seems a
release
bit weird
doesn't
though.
work because that will be released. When you hold, you're gonna release, right? So that will.
So is it getting fired on the release, not press?
uh, Yeah, but the problem is that it will call it the same time that it calls the place, right? Because it's on the same key, right?
Yeah, but but so so it calls it. Oh, I see it at the same frame. It calls the two. So it says
Yeah.
sets one and then goes the other. Oh, I see.
Okay. I think the correct way is to just wait a little bit because here I think we have a little bit logic. Yeah, is marker active, and yeah, I think it's correct. Like, it's good, because that will allow us to not to make it spam the control. So let me see if this is, yeah, actually
Can
we
we
got
not
this
have?
one. Session marker open time, right?
Can we not
Session
have
marker.
a singular? Yeah, it's definitely some keyboard and mouse functions for this release. Can we not have a singular function that gets triggered during that, and then we take the held time as our input?
Um.
So rather than having a travel or a place, that's decided within a function. So the function would be like process session marker input, right? It
Oh,
gets called, and then
yeah.
it says, so that is on the release, right? And then we say, oh, it was held for 0.2 seconds. We say, okay, that's a tap in our logic. So then we say, okay, cool, fire that off as a tap. You say, actually, no, it's held for 1 second. Okay, cool, that's
Yeah,
a.
that is correct, actually. Yeah. Unless, no, actually, that actually works, right? Yeah. So
Because
let's
then
say
we
that
can
we
also
we
like keep
yeah.
extending that, but it's all because there's something dodgy I find. I think do calling two things at the same time and telling one to wait. Um,
Yes,
because in essence, it
correct.
is the logic, like because place and travel, they're separate,
Yeah,
but they're not. They're not like because I think if it's an input, it is just one input, right? And that's session marker,
yeah,
and then the logic behind that is irrelevant to the input. It's then component
yeah,
relevant. Does that make sense? So
yeah, correct. So no, so can place session marker is if not active, right? And not
no.
jumping, blah blah blah.
No. You can always place it, right? You can always place a session marker. So like, because you can place it in a new location, right? Um,
Um.
because
y-
even if your session marker is active, you can move to a new
Oh
spot
yes,
and place a
correct.
new one.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, you cannot place it. Yeah. Okay.
It's
Okay.
just if you travel, if you can travel, that's if you have a marker active, and um, what's the other? And you're not already traveling. I mean, I think that was
Yeah.
with the traveling to session marker thing was because we had the like
Okay.
you don't
So
may not go
okay. Yeah.
instantly, right? It
So
may
if
open the widget fade it out, that kind of crap.
Yeah. So basically here, this guy here, right? So if you can travel, is that enough?
Yeah,
So if
yeah,
you
yeah,
can travel, always travel, right? Never place,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, it really
Uh,
would be an else if, right? Because then after below that, we then have a um. But this here we need to process the input, like so.
yeah,
It's almost like so really it's like we decide which one we want to do based on your input in here, right? So play session marker, I think we'll change to like process session marker, right?
yeah.
We decide what we want to do input wise. So we say like if first of all we decide based on the hold, like first decide what action it is. So we say if it's a hold 0.3, try travel. If it's less than 1, try place, and if it's more than 1.5, try clear or whatever, right? Um,
Okay,
and so those
okay.
will be our three in the process.
Yeah,
No, but I think
okay. Let's do this.
yeah, okay. I was gonna say
So
we
process
keep that.
session market, yeah, and we call it play session market, try session market. They call the same function, okay? But we need to have data here. What is the? Let me get. Here we got.
Yes, me on
Here we
talking.
go.
Yeah, well, we're gonna. I'm just what we're
Is
doing all the. You were doing like some UI stuff and like some build stuff to get the build ready. So yeah, they will have a settings when you're gonna do that this week. In this coming week. I want to get the session market ticked off tonight.
yeah. So this guy here. I'm gonna kill it for now, right? I just
Yeah, let's.
like.
I mean, let's kill everything. I think let's kill the UI crap, and if we don't, uh, I
Yeah,
personally
because
would just get. Yeah, I think just
we
get rid
got
of
it
it.
saved anyway. So.
Yeah, I know the logic, so it's just easier. I think keep leave the component and stuff, but like yeah, primary action, like open panel, close button, all that kind of crap. You can go. Uh,
Yeah. For now, just maybe. Okay. Yeah, and then like basically also detect like this world basically. Yeah, this.
yeah, none of that. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
the
that was what
panel
we had.
it was always a bit weird to be honest. I think
Yeah,
it
I
was.
didn't. The UI is not there until we know the UI is no point. I'd rather just say
I think really, I this is shouldn't be public. This should be like private, right? Okay, I need to.
we can even kill the session marker open time, max session marker open time. Crap.
Yeah,
I guess you can theoretically kill is traveling to session marker, but I think leave it for now because I think we're gonna have some kind of like maybe where you may not
yeah,
travel instantly, right? You may say,
yeah. I
oh,
think yeah,
trigger
these
some
two
kind of
can
like
go, can both go. But yeah, first let's try to get it. Like I mean, I think I need to restart. So give me like 2 minutes. I'm gonna drink some water.
we do this tonight. I think I understand these enhanced input stuff. Um, that makes sense. And so then you've got your triggers you can do. This is a cool one, actually. Combo having a sequence of inputs, so you can, which I think this ironically does what I did, which goes to show that my input, the way I wanted to do the actions, like reverse fault, different ones, it's basically the same thing, but we can do it through here. So we can create like reverse fault, dash fault, all the different actions here, and then so we've done all those different actions, just have different triggers. So then in our control manager, we can say, oh, yeah, rather than this, same thing as this really. Our jump is press. We have parkour actions. Jump is matched to that. Yeah, climb is matched. I think then we'll actually have like death, because then you can have like dead zones and specify the combo of like flick up, flick right, flick down, go left, right, down, or whatever it is, or roll left, roll semicircle left. I guess that's the. Although I wonder. Maybe it's not bad. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's not better. I mean, I handle it already in my code, so maybe you don't even need it.
Oh.
But might be worth actually just keeping them all done the same way.
Sorry, I'm back. Okay, so we got value here, right? So from here we need to decide which event it is, and I think we have enough information here, right? Oh yeah, look, get trigger
So
time.
value here, but it. So this right. So the trigger, right? Will this tell you? So your trigger time, right? Is this your time in which it was released?
Yeah, let's check. Oh, get elapsed time. Total time the action has been evaluating triggering. Yeah, get
I
elapsed
think
time, right? Yeah.
no, because issue is the elapsed time may be 0.2, but he may still be holding it. So realistically, it's when like, but then that doesn't necessarily work, right? Because see, if you do it this way, right, it has to be on release, but then you need some way of like letting them know, I guess, that you're.
But we know that the tap is always less than 0.2 seconds, right? Otherwise, it's not a tap.
Wait, so sorry. So is the elapsed time, right?
Yeah, let me check.
Is this called when? Let me see here. Sorry, I'm curious.
I mean, I think we should print f this because yeah, I think any of these three should should give us something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's print f these things and yeah, and check. But so like roughly, right? Like the logic is if the time, whatever time correct is around, right? Is let's call it like 0.5 for now. Just you know, like we do it properly later. But so if this is a 0.5, then it's and can place session marker, then it needs to place it, right? The white, it's I know that is completely wrong, but just for now, right? Just for now. So otherwise, if it's a top that and they can travel to the session marker, try to travel, right? I think that's basically all we need, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, we do it, you know, we do it properly, but
yeah, I was gonna say because I might say in that process one, it should just say like if the time is greater than thing, travel, and then in travel we decide can we travel, but maybe not. We don't even need
exactly.
to.
Yeah,
it depends how. But yeah, it might be if like the travel because then it could be useful for feedback stuff, right? Because then we don't have to say, oh, if you're traveling, trigger this process that fades the character out. Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So because I think I came to the conclusion that I'm I don't know if this can be generalized, but I'm pretty certain that if we architect the thing in a functional programming way. Well, by functional programming, I mean that there are no states. Like everything is a pure function. It's got input and output, but there is no global states that you can rely on. Right? If we approach everything into with that mentality, I'm pretty sure like these bool flags they'll all go because
Well, I think
these
you can get rid of them now
thing will
because
be
you can. I think
uh,
you can query the marker location already anyway. Like I think you could just have like is marker active, right? And that will just query whether or not you have a location that isn't a zero vector or something like that. And
yeah,
then you don't need
exactly.
any bool
Yeah,
flags.
yeah, yes. So I
Because
mean,
that we
yeah, the
set it,
market
right?
location technically is a state, but yeah, but I really think like specifically these balls needs to go. I think
For
this
sure.
is this. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, for now, let's just see if our logic is correct because I want to see these values here. What are
Yeah.
these values?
Do you want to debug print that?
Yeah, I'm gonna put a breakpoint and just have a look at
Oh,
that.
okay, cool.
Oh yeah, actually, this we can get rid of this as well. Yeah, input button. Uh, so I don't know if you remember, but this function before it was like an
Really, really
absolute.
long. Yeah.
Uh, and now all it and I think this could be basically nothing because if we move the locomotion to
This
the
into the
locomotion part, the
locomotion.
camera part, that is basically
Yeah.
becomes absolutely nothing. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's already like a lot better. They're already like they're already like these
Yeah.
functions here. So,
For sure.
yeah,
For
very
sure.
very pleased about that. And it looks like nothing, but just yeah, having the not to fight against the code is yeah,
Yeah. No,
a
for
big
sure. The only one I wonder is I saw this combo thing they have. Basically, they handle combos the same way I now handle combos by like creating a like array of actions that need to be passed through one by one. Um,
oh yeah,
so I that's literally how I do it, but I do it in code in the control manager. So I don't know if you saw.
yeah,
So I have like flick. I have like flick up, flick right, like all the
yeah,
different values, and then I basically say a cat pass is this array. Then when it processes your inputs, always update the array. And then when your array matches this, like whenever you have a dead zone and a dead zone again, that's when you can process your input. Um, and then so you're analyzing that input throughout, and then when that input meets that demand, then you can fire off. Um,
yeah.
what's it called?
Yeah, I think
The vote.
I think it's a uh, similar logic, but I think I prefer to have more control over that because
Yeah,
that class there is a bit sus to me anyway. It's just you don't have enough information to because like I don't know for the cat pass we may want to have like oh what is the ledge, what is the whatever, right?
yeah, for
We
sure.
think we need more context into that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, definitely
actually, now that I see this is completely useless, right?
useless.
What
Yeah,
does this thing do?
that's what I'm
Mark,
saying.
yeah, I think this is
But yeah, we'll
useless.
get rid of it in a sec.
Can travel to
Even like
session mark. I mean, yeah. I mean,
because
the first time. Oh, yeah, because we don't have delete, right? Yeah, actually, it may be useful when we do delete, but then again, we can't do delete, and the marker
uh,
location is
I think
you know,
I think we just query
zero
that
zero zero.
instead. Yeah, that's what I think because I think clear will just set it to zero vector because then we're already storing because I think we're already storing a value that in essence holds our state. So why would we need to store another state value that holds a state of our state? Because we set them and delete them at the same time. So it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So yeah, that's right. Well, let me put the breakpoint actually. Breakpoint into process session. Okay. And also the T component can be null. I mean, like, they think they're really. What is this? Oh yeah, I want to fix this. Running jump. Oh yeah, I think we need to verify this. I think there are some animations that went a little bit funny. Yeah, what I really like about this is basically with one function we have all the logic. Okay, we go like basically three functions, but I think this three function can go as well. No, I mean this is good, right? This is okay, two functions, and then we can have all of the logic. Right? Yeah, I like it. Okay, go. Okay, right. Excellent. Value. So, trigger. Yeah, is elapsed process time 1.01, right? Yeah, this is the guy that we want. What is the elapsed process time? Yeah,
Well,
okay,
again.
okay, perfect. It's this one. It's
Okay,
this
so
one.
if you do it again and just do a tap, so
Yeah, yes, actually, yeah. So this should have placed, right? There was one. So we go here, we do a tap. Oh, did they put the break? Yeah.
oh, question. Sorry, if you go back to your function,
Yeah,
if does it now just call one of them, and therefore it's not being
yeah, process session marker, right?
to bound to that?
Travel
Okay,
to session marker. Yeah, they should call this, right?
but when it
Um, uh,
wait, where's your debug?
oh, no, I mean this is the uh, elapsed process time. Yeah, okay, this is like this was a quick tap. Okay, but no, okay, is not calling tap is not working. Like, let me check here. Travel to session market, right? Trigger tap. This is sus, right?
Yeah,
Um, what is the activation threshold here? Why is that 0.5?
so I thought this was the time at
Zero.
which, because it
Yeah.
says the point at which the trigger fires for a tap. It's still 0.5.
Tap
See,
release time threshold. Well, it's just the maximum time within this time frame to trigger a tap. Okay, yeah. So it's like, is this like 0? Huh? I'm really sure what is. So straight tap. No, it doesn't. It was like tap, right?
I mean, weirdly, tap seems to default at 0.5.
Yeah.
Like,
But
I would imagine they would stay the same.
yeah. Because like, if we do release, right? So then
Is the
it's not
debug still
calling
there?
it.
Or do we still have
The,
debug in that?
yeah. Oh, do we still have the debug? Oh, shit. No, it's not. Okay, maybe. um, yeah, it doesn't call it.
If we go back to tap and to try that other tap one,
Let's just go.
because that says the point at which to trigger the.
Yeah, not doing. I think so.
Could we kill that travel and then just replace it with like a process session or like session marker just and just have Because we're just gonna have
Sorry?
one map. Because obviously we've got two functions both getting called at the same time still.
Yeah.
Should we? Are we not best off? Yeah, like killing one, like renaming the
Oh,
two.
right.
So killing that.
So we call it both on release, right? And we check
Yeah,
the
well, I think
time.
both will, regardless, it's gonna be on a hold, right?
You know, but the hold has got a timing limit, a time in which you need to hold it for, right? So if we call it both on release, right?
Released,
We
yeah, and
just
then we query whatever thingy. Yeah,
yeah. Um yeah, let's try it. So session marker, yeah, we go release, right? Um and then we go I'm not really sure about what that threshold means, but so this guy is released as well, right? So let's check if we have different behavior. Uh, when I went, what? Why it's not? No, it's not calling anything.
we have to save. I don't.
So released, place, Bravo.
I think there's
What
something
threshold?
dodgy about calling too. I don't know why. I know it should be fine in the instance.
Yeah, I think it. Yes, I think it's. I think it could be.
I think kill that travel. Yeah,
Yeah, I
let's just call
think it
one.
could be.
Let's just call that place unreleased.
Because now with one, it should really call it. No, no. What the heck is weird with
Wait,
it?
can you try? This is random. Can you try saving just to make sure that that's not the?
Yeah. What?
I mean like saving or like saving everything. Sometimes I
So
don't know. It's just
play
not done.
session marker, D-pad app, release. And this is clearly. Well, so it worked for the hold, right? For the hold, it was just fine, right?
So if you see, yeah, if we take it back to hold in place, right, and so we leave it as it is, well, how it was before, and we do this now.
Yeah.
And you held it for a second, right?
Yeah. What's going on? So why uh, what release is like really
Okay, so hold, right? This is how long the input
well
has to be
if it
held to
exceeds
cause.
the actuation threshold? What is the actuation threshold? I don't understand what this thing is.
How long does the input have to be held to cause point at which this trigger fires? How long does the
What the
input
hell
have to
is
be
going on?
held to cause a trigger?
So surely the default value is correct.
It's the
Release.
hold threshold, I would presume, would be the thing that matters. Um, is this an actuation threshold? Point at
So
which this trigger fires. Then they're all at 0.5. Something about that, because the fact that no matter what I press, its actuation threshold is always 0.5 tells me
yeah,
it doesn't
that
even
is
matter. It's really sus, isn't it?
so this is pressed. I mean pressed works, but we don't want this.
I think could the actuation threshold be like
You know what? The only one that doesn't work is release. That is so bizarre. Like down, I'm pretty sure it works. Yeah. Down it works, press works, release doesn't. What the hell? Oh, what? What is the difference? Hold and release. Okay. But this is the same. Oh right, yeah. What's so what the hell is this? I think release and tap, they are buggy, right? Because tap should also work. Clearly, they should be. Yeah, I mean, tap is not. They have a problem on release, I think. Is it? What is this guy here? No, release 0. Yeah, this is annoying me because it looks, when something doesn't make sense, it's really a red flag for me. Because price just works, right? Price works.
Mm.
Uh, why on earth release? Is annoying. Um, ah, okay, maybe I need to add the release case. Um, okay, add I mean, it's pretty stupid, but I think this could be it. Um, because maybe release is triggered only on completion. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, so let me check. So release, well, 05, whatever this stupid thing is. Yeah, doesn't really work. Let me check. All right, so, because there's no reason, there's no logic that this doesn't work, right? Triggered and completed, right? Mm, I mean, I'm pretty sure I used this. Why always the small things that makes you waste so much time? Really? Doesn't make any sense. So triggered completed. This is ongoing triggered. Started, cancelled, completed. The triggers, the transition from trigger to non in this frame. Trigger is finished. Yeah. trigger core after one of what the hell is this? Um, 'Cause I'm pretty sure I use this thing. I okay, sprint, right? Input sprint. There we go. Um, input locomotion sprint. Uh, oh, it doesn't have any. Oh, so what if just don't put anything? Let's check. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, I know what it is, Dado.
ah, nice.
Oh, I know how it works. So your actuation, sorry, I don't know where you're at in this. So do you know your actuation, right,
Yeah.
is the value in which you is think of it like a dead zone. So it's the value that it needs to be at in order to count towards the thingy value. So think of what's it called? The hold, right? The you need to press the value and get the value of whatever D-pad beyond 0.5 for the hold to tick. If that makes sense.
Um, yeah, but so the actuation for a release is that was that one? No,
Well, that's on hold. I've got it's for the hold here. Um,
one.
let me go to C++ class. So it's Control Shift N input triggers.
But,
Okay, so yeah. Input trigger hold fires once, hold and release. So input must be actuated and then released within that to trigger. Okay. Yeah. So basically, it returns ongoing whilst input exceeds the actuation threshold, and the trigger fires once the input drops below the actuation threshold.
mm,
So hold and release, the trigger fires when the input is released after having been actuated for at least the hold time threshold seconds. Okay, so the actuation, I don't like active. I think activation is a better word. So it's like your activation threshold, right? When does this input actually start processing whatever your input is towards what you're trying to do?
um, but doesn't matter what number I put there. It just doesn't work, right?
Let me see the screen.
Yeah. I mean, what number do you think I should put here?
Well, release doesn't. It can stay at 0.5, right? So once the value goes below 0.5, it should fire.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't do anything, right?
That doesn't do it. and
Yeah,
the value in which
the problem is that when it's released, right? This is um yeah, this value is false, right? It's uh, I mean, there's a button, right? It's just I don't understand why press. Uh, so this feature there, if we do hold and release, right? This won't work. Yeah. So basically, everything has the release in it. It won't work. A tap won't work. Hold and release, but hold will work. If we do hold, we do hold for a second. Yeah. But I think it must be because okay, let's just get the uh let's just get the just get the
there's a
callback
bit of a,
for every
there's a
state. Trigger completed ongoing.
yeah, you can debug it as well. Um, yeah. Oh, the reason why release won't work. Oh, yes. Sorry. Do you know why release won't work?
No,
Have you got ongoing for your um play session rather?
no, I just added it now. Yeah,
Yeah. So the way released works is it pulls the input from ongoing, and then it will trigger it once the value. So you need for release, right? You need to have ongoing, right?
ongoing. Okay.
Because then that will keep on updating it, right? And then it will say, oh, the value's gone to 1. Then when you drop back below, it will go to. It'll then go back to whatever thingy bobbity it is. I wonder if you need. Yeah, because input triggers. Input must be actuated, then released within that to trigger. Trigger returns ongoing whilst the input exceeds the actuation threshold. Maybe not.
What the hell? So,
Trigger
okay, sorry.
fires.
Oh, the release. Okay, let's try. Release ongoing. Last code. There we go. Okay.
Thought so. I think they all need it because I think they well maybe not all. Yeah, trigger returns ongoing whilst the input exceeds the actuation threshold. Okay, trigger fires once the input drops back below the actuation threshold.
Yeah,
Trigger
elapsed process
fires
time
once the
zero zero
input has
04.
remained
So,
actuated for that value.
okay, yeah. So let's check. Like, so we got yeah, the thing is, right, with ongoing, it will always trigger, right?
No. The trigger only fires when it drops below the actuation threshold. So like, so if you run it right,
Yeah.
it won't go again. I don't believe.
And but
Do you see
now,
what I mean?
as soon as I press, it will hit the breakpoint, right?
No, if you press and keep it held, don't just press and keep it held. It
Yeah.
shouldn't breakpoint.
No, it goes straight into it. Yeah.
Oh, it goes straight. Oh, hold on.
Yeah. I mean, we can just say elapsed process time is, if it's, but
Yeah,
this is
but
stupid, right? Because
this is stupid.
actually, no, so yeah, ongoing, right? Okay, last trigger state is ongoing, right? So, okay, so
Nah, because it
Yeah.
should, in that regard, you should only need to do it on the trigger then. You shouldn't have to
Yeah. So
bind it on ongoing.
this should be completed, right? Completed or triggered, right? But
Hmm.
then, yeah, mm,
Yeah, you
yeah,
shouldn't
I
have to
really
bind
don't
it to
understand this.
ongoing. I don't trust ongoing. That's sus. Yeah, it should just be triggered because
Yeah.
you're binding the
I mean,
action. And if you're
yeah,
binding the
ongoing
action,
is really sus.
you should if you're binding the action because we now bind it to ongoing as well, right? Now, enhanced input action mapping utils.
Yeah, I think this is ultra sus. Because ongoing
Yeah,
will always
yeah, I
fire,
don't
right?
trust that. Yeah, that's weird. Um, it definitely should just be untriggered. Um,
Yeah.
it should just be untriggered. When it's triggered, pop it off. Maybe we just need a hold and release. To be honest, I think that's probably our
Yeah, no,
best
but
way of
hold
using it.
and release won't work either because I think there is something missing here between ongoing trigger completed, but something is missing here. So we go known, triggered, it doesn't trigger. Started, probably it will. Ongoing, it does. Cancelled, and completed. The trigger state has transition from trigger to known this frame. So this is the guy. Triggering as finished, right? This is release, right? You're going from true to false.
Nah, I don't know.
Completed will not fire if any trigger is paused ongoing on the same frame, but both should fire.
I will be honest with you. I am not a huge fan of this system. I'm just gonna personally. It seems so roundabout. I don't. Sometimes I look at it, I'm just a bit like, what? It's when I'm like, because I hate how much UI there is for what seemingly is just could be just like I don't know. It's a lot. I guess this is like the downside of like an Unreal, right? It just does so much shit you just don't even need, and because of that, it just skyrockets the complexity. Right. Obviously, he's doing a lot in the background that helps.
Mhm.
Like, basically, what it should just be able to process this input. So hold and release doesn't work. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. All the release is exactly the same. It goes with
Hold and release.
0.5. Yeah. Think. It's really the release that it doesn't get triggered. Um, well, okay, so go back 1 second, right? So we why this is
Trigger fires when input is released after having been actuated for at least. Is it something to do with the input itself? Because that's the only thing I'm wondering. Does it ever go back down?
uh yeah, because I tried with a normal key and it's yeah, it doesn't work.
But like, does that?
Like if
I'm
you
almost
do
curious. Like, um, can we do ongoing and see what the value of the key or something is?
yeah.
Well, it does. We can do. There's a debug. It's show debug enhanced. Okay, yeah. Dado, if you
Yeah.
do in the thing show debug space enhanced input in the convert, it should show you all your shit that's going on.
Ah. Like while we are running the game?
Yeah. If you do show debug space enhanced input,
Show debug what?
space
Enhancing.
enhanced input. That guy.
Yeah. One. Mm.
No, just don't. No, you don't need to do one. I think that makes it bigger. Hold up. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
think that makes it a bit bigger. If you undo that, because I think it's just one. If you just do it as 0 or whatever, it should just be normal
0.
size. Yeah, you did 0, 1. Or just do.
Yeah, I cannot type anymore. Where is the thing? Okay.
Yeah, so just show it. Just that's it. Yeah. Oh, it just makes it wham. Okay, whatever. Why is yours so huge?
What is this thing?
Because mine, look at my screen. I mean, hey, let me share my screen. If you see my screen,
Yes, please.
you see all of my things. Oh, I don't have freaking
Oh,
Skype. You need to see my screen, by the way. Oh, Jesus. All right.
why mine is so?
Let me go full screen. Hold on.
Yeah, that is extremely annoying.
Anyway, so okay, so you see, so now you see how the session marker one goes. So you see held is going up. D-pad up, true. Held is going for whatever. And so do you see the play session marker goes green once it's completed?
Yeah.
So yeah, so it goes triggered.
So I guess you go latest, right?
No, I don't think I latest. Let me make sure I latest. But so this guy tap. Let's do play session marker on released. Yeah, I get it completed.
Mm-hmm.
It goes completed for me. I mean, this inputs are completely useless because okay, so triggers ongoing, right? There we go. So it's ongoing, released, held, right? And then I think it goes. Yeah, I'm seeing green, so it looks like it's being triggered. I mean, let me just fire. Let me go in here, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, my shit pops. Mine works on release.
maybe it's because I'm saying process both events.
But no,
Okay.
man, because mine, yeah,
Yeah, but
look, pings this
it's
guy.
both. Yeah, no, it's
But my release
frustrating.
works. So look, things in place. All my stuff works. What's changed? I wonder what's changed. Isn't it? Is it something? My mapping is just bind event. All I have is just the. I've got bind event C in my.
Yeah, because that was before I centralized that. But that is this has the same function. So basically, you call it to trigger, right? Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if I change this to bind event, let me change this to bind event and see if it makes a difference.
No, because you won't build because you don't have the you don't have the that's for the components. Yeah. I mean, but why yours is so yours is triggering release, right?
Yeah, trigger. Mine works on all of them. I mean, even your freaking debug looks wrong. Yeah, released. Seems to work on all of them as well. So I'm going to tap. Yeah, tap. Seems to work on all. I think
Okay,
realistically, it's like it is
let
a
me
released,
restart this
right?
thing. This
Yeah, I
been
think
going
it is on.
absolutely mental.
Yeah, I think the key is to do it on. I think this guy.
Yeah, but no, but
Nah,
because you need
actually,
both
nah.
cases.
We need both, right? Yeah, it doesn't
You
matter
need
how quick it's
release, yeah.
released. Yeah, it's released. So
You
once you
need
let go of
release,
it,
and then we need to read the time, basically. Yeah, and then we can do it. Yeah.
what am I
Okay,
doing?
let me restart. There are lots of oddities here. I don't trust this anymore. Okay, this is only one event here. Okay, this should be one event. Very session marker. Default release. Only one. Okay. So, Yeah. I mean, this is really frustrating, man, because this is
So it's
like
not
full of
working.
noise.
Well, let me. What is what have you checked in latest that's different?
Yeah, quite a lot. I
I
haven't
mean, well,
checked this stuff in yet. Yeah.
yeah, don't check that in. Let me yeah, let me grab latest, right? Um, and then yeah, let me grab latest. Um,
I think you already go latest, right?
oh, oh yeah, I've got latest.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so well, do you want to just go off of my one then, and I'll redo the stuff from my system, seeing that it works, and see where.
Um, yeah.
Because
Is it
what's different with
something?
your vote? What are you yet to check in?
Um, yeah. So basically, if you look at my screen, right, it's all like I centralize the your underscore C is because it worked on the components, but now I centralize any of this. They work with anything, even um what is the name? Even um the human character.
Oh,
So
you
you say here
centralize
like
it so they work with any input mapping context.
yeah. So basically, if you look at the human player inputs, right? This is completely different because this now just binds the it's exactly the same as before, but if you check on yours, it go all sort of like get this, get that, get the input mapping, check if it's correct, if it's not correct. It does 20 billion things, and now I just say yeah, just map. I mean, but like
Well,
but the events themselves, they are exactly the same. So
well, do you
that
want
is
to
what is really annoying.
check that in, right? Whatever those changes are, minus the session marker stuff, and then I'll
Yeah,
go off my session marker. And if it doesn't work on mine, then we know it's whatever is done here, right?
yeah.
So yeah, listen, leave out all your session marker changes. Just check in that stuff. Then we'll go from scratch on my end.
Uh,
Just make sure it
yeah.
fires
So
because
I've got
it
these
doesn't really
changes
make
here, right?
sense as to why as to what
So
about
I'm
it
not
shouldn't
gonna
work.
change the assets, right? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
Leave all the
change.
assets. Just the
Gonna change the
leave all
code
the
only, okay?
leave
Yeah,
the C
because
plus
the
plus.
code
Yeah.
is good. Yeah, okay, yeah.
No. Don't do the session marker C plus plus either.
No, I
I
need
think
to, otherwise it won't build. Yeah, for you. But this is that because that is like it did change the codes here, but
no,
but
no,
those
no.
are exactly the same.
I mean for the session marker component, like
Mhm.
for you see the session marker component H to C plus plus.
Yeah,
I think leave those.
yeah, but like if I don't check it in, it won't build.
Yeah, but the only difference is the subtle thing, right? What's the difference between the two?
So I mean, apart that we removed everything, um,
It's just that, right?
yeah,
That's just that, really.
yeah.
I think yeah, that I can add back in thing. I think check it in with that because I'll leave all the logic as is, I guess.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I just want to get that change because I basically I don't know which point yours went cuckoo. So um,
I have the suspicion that it won't work. Maybe it's the controller. Um, one sec. Okay, so don't check. Okay, right.
the
Okay, so
controller could be
right,
potentially what it is.
if you get my changes, and you basically need to do yeah. We need to just call these couple of functions then. But what we can do is we check that this is working, right? And then because I'm sure the problem is with the assets or with the controllers rather. There must be something dodgy with the controller. Yeah. Okay, try that.
I have a feeling I might get a human character error, but let's see. If I do, I'll fix it. That should be easy to fix. I get this all, for example, with Unreal. It's like the most random thing. I had it with the climbing. At one point, it just wasn't working, and I rolled it back, and to this day, I still don't know what was what the problem was.
Last night I had the strangest bug ever. It was failing to load an image if I added one of those trigger blueprint. I was like, it took me like a million years to understand what image decompressing the image. It's got nothing to do with that. And it's like what?
It's probably some dodgy header file. Like that's the one thing I've noticed. I now know it, but like I can imagine if you're new to C++ programming and you accidentally get a dodgy include and it starts giving you some random thing. And I remember doing that. I spent like 3 hours, and then for no reason, I just saw on the header file like, what's this thing? And it's the most dodgy include file. And then deleted that, and everything worked. I was like, kill me.
Like, have you seen like it's full of like
dot slash dot slash dot slash dot.
Like what is it? If you see here, it's full of places where in the code there is like saying, "Oh yeah, we shouldn't really do like this, and this won't work, but you know, for now it's okay." It's like, what? Like, what is it? There was a place, right? Oh yeah, yeah. Here, like in the raw input, send message, which is like pretty registered device, right? You see here, it says, "Note: this is kind of a hack. A true refactor of raw input plugin is required." What, like,
So fast.
did you ship this? This is kind of a hack. I mean, no, it doesn't work. It's not kind of, and I see these kind of comments like everywhere in there. I think it's a miracle that it works. Really, it's just.
So, yeah, my stuff works. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't ping place though. Tell you what, it didn't ping place.
What is the? Yeah, you need to hold it.
Place
right?
is a hold. Hold on, let me go to released. Place was a hold, so it didn't ping that. Let's try this.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
Mine works. Yeah, works like a charm.
Yeah.
I bet you it's raw input plugin, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it is.
Oh, yeah,
like,
it works.
Yeah. Okay, let me check the other stuff in, right? Let me check the session marker, right? But not the actual, because we completely screwed the thing there, right? So let me check this stuff, because this is good stuff. This is like proper code, right? So I think let's do it on yours, but starting from this clean canvas, right? Then I really need to have a look at what the hell is going on. Inputs, and it's
like that actually. That you can climb and then jump straight away. It's actually quite good.
Okay. Right. So yeah, if you grab latest, let's finish. Well, that is cool movement actually. Let's finish on yours, and then while we finish, I'll just check on mine.
Yeah, let's get. I'm not leaving until Zero Mark is done. Yeah, I gotta get this in. It doesn't really. Actually, it doesn't matter because neither matter. It don't matter. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, so then. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so like if we
Yeah,
leave press and hold, I think this will work, right? Because get elapsed time will be correct, right?
I
Yeah,
believe so.
yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah,
this,
if we just
yeah, I think
leave
this
it to
will be
this.
this. I think this will actually work as is, right? Because if
Yeah,
it's less than
I think this
if it's
should
less
work
than
fine.
0.5, then it will. Yeah, we
Travel.
go.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, so. No, we need to change it to release, right? Okay, we need to change it to release,
Yeah, but
right?
that's just I
Yeah,
said
yeah,
the code doesn't change.
yeah. Yeah, change it to release and then. Yeah.
Hey Stimly, how you doing?
Okay, now I'm really curious to see why.
Hopefully this works fine. I'm actually gonna do that in just because I want to see. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's your input. Fuck, that's so annoying. We spent like an hour. um, so then we can look at value. Yeah, elapsed time, elapsed process time, triggered. Yeah, cool. This should be. Yeah, hold. Cool, easy peasy. All right, nice. There we go. Oh, there's a delay on the travel. That's why. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is what. Yeah, I was noticing there is a strange timer there, but yeah.
It's because
It's
I
okay.
think
Yeah,
it
the logic works, right? Yeah.
yeah, it works all
Yeah.
good.
Okay, let's take yours. That really pissed me off. But, yeah. Yeah. So I mean, to be honest, like, theoretically, we could ship it like this, right? Because, but okay,
Yeah,
let's just
I'm
do it
gonna get rid
properly,
of all
right?
this crap. Hold on, let me.
Yeah. Can you get rid of those? things that yeah.
Get rid of everything that it ain't
Yeah.
used. Yeah, because like yeah, I set some this crappy timer. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that is
no
very
matter.
weird. What is that thing? I don't remember what that thing is
It was
for.
because we had like a delay to do it, so I create this timer thing that would like blah 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 crap
Ah,
nonsense. Uh, Handy though
okay.
to know this. Actually, I remember doing it before. Kind of handy. Um, might use it in the future, but
Can we do like very small timer instead of like I think that was 1 second, right? No.
no, I'm just gonna go straight on it. Like bang, just do
Yeah.
it. All right, let me do. Let's let's. I think I will prefer it. Then okay, I'm gonna do this. Hold on. Let's make these private functions because we get rid of you. I think they're private because they don't need to be public as well because they're not exposed to anything other than in here really. Um, let's go. Um, avoid travel. Uh, let's go now. Actually, no. I think I prefer doing session marker travel. Nah. Travel session. And then um is the first thing. This too doesn't need to be. I mean, that's one thing I quite like about doing everything in a component because you just don't need to expose anything. Like the character should have no clue what's going on, theoretically. Um, so let's go. Let's say here. I mean, this could also be private, whatever. So let's say this is marker activity. Right. We say if we can travel to the session marker. All right. Let's do this. Say here if can place session marker. May as well do clear as well. Screw. May as well do it because I mean, this will. If we do it properly, we could ship the whole game with this guy. This dude's not. What is this dude? No bueno. You're likey. Oh, it's because it's cons, not because of that. What am I doing? Okay, so clear session marker. If can clear session marker. So can place an extra more as if what I'm actually going to do is I've done this before. It's very good. Let's go. Normal locomotion, that means you're not climbing, you're not jumping, you're not falling, you're not ragdolling, doing that shit.
Oh, I'm back. Oh, nice. Sorry, David. My internet died. Can you hear me? Am I back?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. I know technically these are the same, but I want to keep them separate because this may change, right? You could have different behavior that may say, "Oh, don't travel if you're doing anything." So keep it separate.
That 0 time would be, proper number, but yeah.
So if it's less than half a second travel, if it's less than one, I mean, we can do really like something like. Let's
Yeah.
just keep it at the tap threshold, so it's like 0 to. I guess we can play with that. We can see whatever less than one. Just place it, and then anything more, if you really do a long hold, clear. And then in here, I like this because when we say process session marker, this logic is only doing one thing: checking the value, deciding what we want to do based on it. Then in here we can do whatever extra crap we want to do. Did you want to change this, change that, yada yada?
Oh, I think it needs to be maybe more like the second case is between, it's greater than 1 but less than 1.5, because otherwise, like, press it just a little bit longer and you place it instead of going, right? So
what do you mean?
when, like, you say, like, if it's less than 0.2 then travel, right?
Yeah.
But then it's as if it's less than 1 second, but that could be like, like 0.3, he should, he plays the session marker. I think it's a bit too tight, no? Because I mean, if somebody is quite slow, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess then we can just change this, right? So if we can say like, look, this is a tap, this is a hold,
Yeah,
and then anything longer.
But I think then there must be some dead zone there, because like a hold should be, I don't know, between 1 and 1.5 seconds, right? Because a hold with less than a second is not really a hold, right?
But my thing is that there will always result in something, so that you don't ever not do it. So if the value is like this is your threshold, right? And so when, as long as it's within the upper bound, then we'll do whatever the closest thing is. So if you tap slow or you tap fast, you'll always travel. If you hold slow or you hold like long, you'll always place. And if you really, really hold, then you'll clear. Because then I don't ever want it to be like he gets 0.6 and he's not within any bounds, but he has tapped / held. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but then in this case, right, like, you need to be quite accurate to place, otherwise you clear, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's then we just give it a bigger threshold, realistically, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we give him like half a second to tap, so he really needs. We can play with this, right, and experiment with these thresholds and see what works, what doesn't. And we'll need some kind of feedback to let them know, like, which is I think the one benefit of UI, where you're like, oh, but I think, I think you can get it with haptics. I don't know why. I think you can. I don't know. I always find the UI for session markers so redundant because you're just not. They
No,
come
it's
and go.
totally redundant. Yeah,
I
we
don't really
don't
get
really
it.
need
It
it.
doesn't really make any sense to me.
Yeah. You can remove the tick component function as well. We can just not do anything in the tick because we don't need to. Yeah. Yeah.
This can be a private guy, can't it? Because it doesn't need to be exposed to anything else.
Mm, that could be private because you always call that. Yeah.
See, I always this I like public, so you might want to change it thingy. See, I much prefer this. This looks a lot cleaner. Look all the whenever I see a lot of green, I know it's good.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm also
Yeah, and
going to change this name.
I think that is pretty much perfect.
I'm just going to call this session marker.
Yeah. You need to rename the asset because that is exactly the same. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that is perfect. The only thing that I will change there is those numbers. They need to be, either context or something that you can. They actually, you know what? Why we don't expose those numbers and we can set it in the.
I was gonna say, yeah. Should be. You can just. I guess you can just say. Yeah. I could say tab threshold. I guess we can say. I think let's not call it tap because I think that's imperfect. Let's call it like travel threshold.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's not a pointer. Yeah, just a normal float. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Ah, you don't need a clear threshold.
Yeah, and I think like this, the code is clear and it's.
This works. Does it work like this? Can I add what does it add to a separate section, or do I just give it completely different category?
Yeah, I don't remember how to do that. Yeah,
screw it. I'm just gonna give it a different. So I'll say that's input, and this is, let's say, settings.
Yeah, settings. Yeah, settings good. Actually. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, you need to rebuild. Yeah, I think that is the only case in which you need to rebuild the code. But I don't know if you noticed, but now it starts a lot quicker.
Yeah, it does actually. I do notice. Yeah, I mean, this automatically the session marker looks infinitely cleaner now.
And the last thing that I usually do after I have a good cleanup session is to I don't know your hotkey. On mine is Control Alt L, which is runs all the linting of the code. Yeah, and then
tabs.
That is what I wanted to do in the building pipeline, the continuous integration and deployment pipeline. I want to have the there are some pre-steps that the pipeline does, and it is linked in, the whole code, our code, because of course, if you link the Unreal Engine code, you will never get out of there alive. And then if there are some linting errors, it will fail the build, like very, very aggressive, right? Just fail the build. Yeah, and the reason to do it is because I think that will help us. Yeah, just having that standard.
Nah, I'm gonna change the name. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna call it session market input.
Oh, actually, yes, that is another thing. I think we should call it IA underscore because that is an input action, right? Input action. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that
I
is
was about to
the correct
say
way.
because I was like,
Yeah,
no, I don't know if I like that. Because I was like, hold on, what if I create a different value? That's like, yeah, this is better. Let's do that. Oh,
yeah, I
okay,
think
look.
that is correct, right?
Yeah, much cleaner. Honestly, then there's a functional way, it's so much better. Because I also think just readability. Like when you go to this function, you're like, okay, okay, we're just checking the thresholds and then doing the right one. Then in here we did that. Yeah, so much. Alright, cool. I think that'll do it. So let's see. So if I try and tap, I've got no session marker. Doesn't work. I should place. There you go. And if I hold it for ages, that should clear it. Yeah, it works. Cool. Easy peasy.
Victory lap. Perfect. So I think like only one thing that this is more small thing. It's not important, but can you go back to the code 1 second? Can you go scroll down 1 second? Yeah, good. Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, let's check it in.
Check in. Session marker works section. I think what we should now do in it is get it through um I think what could be cool is to have haptics and then maybe as you're holding it for it to like almost have like I think you could definitely eliminate the whole pop a screen up to be like do and just instead maybe be like a small rumble and then the
Yeah,
rumble
let's do
builds.
that. Yeah, actually, yeah. The beauty of that is that like it's it's ready to do it. We are ready to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah. If you create a force feedback, if you look at in the character blueprint, there are the force feedback.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, not bad.
um,
Not bad.
yeah, no, yeah. Those are like there is just a play force feedback, right? But
This guy.
if you look, yeah, those ones, yeah. Uh, Again, like there, right? I would add it to the session marker, right? Because
Yeah, that's
then
what I mean.
let's
Yeah,
have it
this is
everything.
why I was grabbing it.
Yeah,
I think it really should
exactly.
be
Yeah,
like this guy,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
So
We expose those things, right? Um,
which these
and
are
then
yeah, okay, cool. We create our enum for
yeah, exactly.
whatever
We
else.
create our for that. Um, and yeah,
Oh, no.
and we use it there, right?
We just create
I mean, to be honest, we don't even have the enum there. We just need to have maybe one, right? I don't know. Like, do we need more than one?
well, yeah. Well, so I think this is the only thing because I think this is I might hold off on doing this today because I think this is a design thing. Like I think we need to actually figure out how we want to go about designing it in terms of um, what we want that feedback to be. Like, is it a gradually building rumble, or is
Yeah.
it like a because that is the only thing. Because I always think like there's that balance between like minimize as much random crappy information as you need to show the player, but then also give them enough where they don't have to be smart to understand it. Because like we said, like people players are stupid, right? So like make it as self-explanatory as possible. That's where like the UI bit helps because you can't. It's hard to get it wrong. But like you said, I think players will struggle to understand the threshold between placing and traveling. Um, and it would piss someone off. Imagine you went all the way to a place, tried to place a new one, and you traveled instead. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to, if we're gonna have it on the same button, we need some kind of to make sure we differentiate between.
No, yeah. So what is an easy win that we can have to have it like when you place it? Like I think I put in an object is quite good, right?
No.
Non-relatable object.
Yeah, just an object. Uh, Well, what I
I mean,
would
we
do.
had the footprint stuff, right? But the thing is, like it's very, it's not easy to spot, right? I think
Yeah, I
it
think
needs
it's
to
just
be
like a random
something.
backpack or something. Like just drop a backpack on okay. The only thing is obviously like I feel like here, you drop a backpack here kind of kills the
Yeah,
whole point of having it. But
yeah,
one thing I realized, and I remember, and I think I thought, I remember going back, and I always thought like, oh, you need some kind of like big visual thing. But then I realized, like, I remember playing Skate and other games that had similar like session markery stuff, and you just don't. You actually just don't need a big visual cue in terms of um what's it called? Yeah, in terms of where my marker is, because I think the session markers are very much like um in the moment thing. Like you place it and you know exactly where you're going back to, so you don't ever need that essence of like, where in the world is my session marker? You know what I mean? If you want to find out, travel to it. Like I remember in Skate, and they didn't have any, and I never thought at any point, oh, this game would be better if it had it. I remember thinking about it. I was like, I actually think it'd be worse because it'd be like some random ass object. So I feel like if you're gonna have some kind of visual like item, it needs to be small and inconspicuous. That placing it doesn't actually disrupt the environment you're in. So yeah, I don't even know if you need it, to be honest. Frankly, because I'm like, I think what would be cooler is traveling to the session marker in a better way than. I think that's more important than because I'm like, what is the point of the backpack? Because then once I run over here, I can't see the backpack anyway, so it just doesn't
yeah. No, I
doesn't make a
think
difference.
we need the feedback to let the user know that he placed the
Yeah, yeah.
marker.
I think that's the difference. Like
Mm.
it needs like placing and yeah, placing and thingy feedback as opposed to like where is my session mark. So I guess a backpack is a useful thing to know placed.
But maybe, yeah, I don't want to import like assets and stuff, but I think that lighting thing it was actually really effective. It was because
Hmm.
there you really notice, right?
Yeah, for sure.
um, the good thing
Okay, I
about
mean,
that lighting thing, it was like it wasn't, yeah, it was only temporary, but it did let you know that he did place it. And to be honest, it
yeah,
doesn't really matter that you know exactly what it is. And like,
yeah, it
yeah,
didn't
he
really
just
make a
did it
difference
right.
to be
So
honest.
who cares? So
Yeah, it's true. No, very true. Um, true. Also true. Yeah, I think maybe okay, I'm gonna come back to that. It's not um like I've had to shit with this. I wouldn't mind it too much. I'm tired. the thing I wanted to run over with you tonight is, yeah, do you think you'd be able to fix that root thing tonight?
Oh yeah, for sure, yes. The going down. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
So the feet at the start. So
Yeah,
that's one of
yeah.
the last things for descents that I need. And then behavioral
So
wise, I'm pretty much there.
let me actually get on that. So
I really need to play in Guns' level and see what needs improve. I mean, weirdly, most stuff works pretty well. Like, how the standing jumps are here. I mean, one of the main things I think is really is that ragdoll. Just configuring that bit.
yes, because I think it went back to be a little bit weird when he gets up. I mean, it was really good at some point, but I don't know what changed. Like now it's too, it gets stuck. Like
Yeah, it
most
gets
of the time.
stuck and it has like a weird, like, I don't even know, like a really weird.
Okay, so let me get those fixes for the root, right? So okay.
Needs. Oh, the next thing we gotta fix as well is why it tries to climb after every vault.
Oh, yeah. So that's actually, I think that is super easy. If you go into the parkour input mapping contest, right? I've linked the left trigger to climbing. So just if you remove that mapping, it should be back to what it was before.
Oh. Oh, nice, cool. Oh, well then.
Because I really want to see if we can get. I really miss the trigger. I be able to play only with moving and trigger. I think it's very powerful. So I wanted to use it, and maybe like just get it come back. But yeah, I think we need to. Yeah, we need to tailor a bit better. Otherwise, it just won't.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I've gotten used to that climb on the square. It's quite nice.
Yeah, I think once you get used, it's
I've gotten used to it on the square. It's very
yeah,
nice.
you get used to it rather quickly.
Yeah, I almost prefer it. But I can't lie to you. Like when I look at them both, I look back and I think I prefer it. Do you know what? There's actually not much. The only thing I think, and I think really the game is in a really good state, because like the vaulting of flat is good. Even the vaulting like off crap is good. The falling feels really nice actually now. Like minus the fall from the plier, we still need to just figure out what the solution to that is. All that feels good. The only, like the one and only thing that I'd want to fix is being able to jump further based on like your input. That's the one and only thing that I think we're missing. Like being able to like at launch go further
Yeah.
separate to an animation, because obviously now we can do it through an animation,
Yeah.
and like so like I
But
guess
we only
like
got so much range that we can do, like.
so like I mean the irony of it, right, is like I've added in one other a faster cat pass, and all of a sudden the jump that I couldn't do earlier now becomes doable. But then it's like this jump to that far one.
Yeah.
Will I ever be able to really do that? But you must think like, oh, if I'm really gunning it, like I should be able to absolutely launch myself with this thing.
Yeah,
That's the
I think
one and only thing that I think we're missing.
yeah, I think maybe like the time in which I scaled the animation uh, with like proportionally to your speed. So let's say that you were sprinting it, right? So you go, let's say 700 centimeters a second, right? Or 800, the fastest sprint, okay? The jump animation was, you know, fast, but not that fast. Let's say 600, right? So what I did, it was, I calculated that difference of 200, right? Calculated that ratio, and I scale warp, but that is what was when we were like scale warping, right? And I scale warp the animation just to take it into account the speed ratio, and it worked very well in that context, right? Because everything was scale warp and blah blah. But I think that we can use similar logic there, because
Yeah.
we need to definitely take into account the speed a lot more. Like if you're really sprinting, then
Yeah.
you need to do a longer jump. I mean, that is like physics 1-to-1.
I mean, when we were chatting with Drew about it, and he was like, that is you know how it's like, it's almost weird because in games we're like hold for more power, but ironically, that's the opposite of what it actually is. Like power is about exerting force quickly, right? Right. So,
Yeah.
like, power is obviously the rate of which force you apply force, right? And so, exert force. And so, ironically, we were so concerned with like do it longer to build power, when in reality, power is really done from being quick and impact and like meaningful with it. So running hard and flicking fast is actually power.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we could,
Yeah, I mean,
like they
like I
said,
think power in a sense that you accumulate power like a
yeah,
battery and then
you
like boom
build it
release.
up
Yeah,
and then
sure.
launch it,
I can
right?
see that concept, but yeah, I can see also your concept as well.
Yeah, no, because I both work. I think the convention is like you accumulate power, like it's more like a slingshot, right? You pull it, and then you
Yeah.
launch. And I think
Yeah.
that's the general consensus of people are expecting it to feel like. Because I think once we get that, a bit like we nail that behavior of being able to like increase the power you put into your vault, so that you launch off like that is way more. Then I think that's literally us. Like I think that is the core element of the game, really. Because I think definitely we can look at like how far you can jump across to something. Like if I'm jogging, like this distance I can pick up isn't as much compared to if I'm sprinting.
Yeah.
That's one element. But then yeah, see, this is why I will always doing that room motion thing, because that right there, you just cannot replicate this in a system where you like launch and then control yourself in it. It's just not possible to replicate this motion. That is just for me, it's just the coolest fucking thing in the world.
There is an absolute beauty into having the exact motion.
You just can't, no matter what you do, no matter what game you are, this is just like, it's just so silky. And then having whether or not you land it be a timing element is super nice. And then I think then it's a case of potentially like, yeah, if say you wanted to jump past this thing, you'd really clear, like you'd have to really launch power, like be powerful.
Oh yeah.
Then
yeah, that was actually very cool when you clip with that. Yes, I think that is definitely a big chunk of work that that we need to do at some point, maybe sooner rather than later, because being able to, that is actually very cool to me. Being able to really not stop at the first obstacle, but like going a little bit more
like you're not bound by the very first thing in front of you. Because although it is like quite cool, say if I wanted to clear this guy and go to the next guy, could I do it? But yeah, I mean, with the locomotion the way it is now, I mean, the turns for me are absolutely flawless. See, they work like an absolute, even these little speedy turns like this, I've warmed up to them, they work like an absolute gem.
So the Z motion, the root Z, right, is on the descent, right? And descent drop off, right?
Yeah, it's a drop off.
So now we go from hands to feet. Do we want to change all of them from, like, what is that trigger?
So it's like the start full climax, which is essentially the same as the climax. We have a climax, I'll just separate it out.
Can you show me the animation?
Yeah, sure, I'll show you. So let me check this stuff in as well. I think there's a bed in a minute as well. I'm shattered.
So it's the same.
So 7373 is a good. Oh no, sorry, 4629 is the example. So if you see,
but we're gonna do for all of them, right?
For the drop offs, they'll all have
to. Okay, so what is that, like the start for notify, right? What is that connected to? Which parameter is connected to?
So this is it's a bit weird because it's not necessarily like your client. It's, I think realistically, it's sort of like the point at which you would transition to your full if you were to do this animation and drop off. Like it's kind of a bit case by case thing. That's the only thing. The system that is like, I've kind of been like, okay, around here is when you do it. There's not necessarily a parameter that would. I guess you could say it's X amount of frames from.
No, but I mean, like, what is the what is your parameter that you're using to put the thing there?
Oh, it's full I think it's full climax.
Full climax, okay. And then you can set it manually, right?
Yeah, full climax sync time.
Okay, yeah,
That's the
perfect.
guy I
Yeah.
use.
So so we go from hands to feet is the correct one, is the current one from hands to feet. Then I'm gonna add another one which is called from full climax to feet, right? From full
No, no,
climax.
no.
No.
From hand, it's still from hands to feet, but it's from like it should be at the feet at the full climax. Does that make sense?
Oh, from hand to full climax then.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so like at full
Okay.
climax, it should be at the feet rather than being at the feet at landing, basically.
Yeah, from hand to okay. And that is for all of them, right? All of the descent uh drop off, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Some the full climax may just be at like yeah, it's all of them. If it, obviously if it has one, if it doesn't have one, then it's full climax would be at landing. But yeah, it should just be for all of them.
Oh yeah,
Um,
if it doesn't have one, what should we do?
I do it at landing. Do it to landing, I think.
So that,
So then they'll
that
just behave like normal.
yeah. Okay. Um do it at hands to feet or should we revert to hands to feet?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Revert to hands to feet. Um, or yeah, or like the point at which it needs to be at the feet is the landing, not the full climax. All right, push the session marker to gameplay, as well as the fix for the climbs going on. Like cray cray.
Um so what is the name of that? Falling climax? No, what's that? Um
Full climax sync
full
time.
climax. Okay, full climax. That is in the inputs. Yeah, sorry. Input. Uh, yeah. Uh, okay. All right. Now I only need to map it. Okay. So there's motion condition type. Okay. What? Um. Okay. Okay. Before. Yeah.
All right, I think I'm gonna jump off there. I'm shattered.
Yeah. It's gonna be all ready for you in the morning.
Awesome, awesome. Cool. So then that should tick off session marker results. If you get a chance as well, I think the only other thing would be the landing, the sorting out the movement of the route and that. But I don't know.
Yes.
Actually, I don't know
Yes.
if they
I
would all
want to
sort
do
it.
that.
Yeah, then I think we're actually in a place to really assess gameplay. Maybe this week, let's see if we can actually tackle that moving, nudging forward, and giving yourself more power stuff.
Yes.
Because
Exactly.
I really really think that's the very last thing in terms of like, oh yo, this stuff works kind of thing. Once we get there, then we can actually like go ahead and do stuff like add all the like jump to arm jump kind of thing. You know, like much more cool kind of
Yes.
gameplay.
I want to work on that tomorrow. I really want to get basically closure on the locomotion tomorrow. Really.
Yeah. I guess next update I'll do is will be stuff like arm grabs and tic tacs and stuff like that. More flips. And more.
I think this time we should really aim to do quick updates like, oh yeah, we got the tic tac, boom, another week. You know.
Just add it in and just go. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean this one should be quite stable. So yeah, no, definitely. Next one will probably be full on climb one if I don't get all the climbing in this version. Yeah. All right. I'll catch you in a bit. I'll see you tomorrow.